Today I thought I'd show you just what a typical development session for me looks like. And today's game is going to be Adventure World because it's what I'm working on right now. So I highly encourage you to watch the 2 devlogs I've already put out. But first, before that, probably watch the retrospective of my first games because that's pretty important information to know in order to even understand what's going on or what this game is or why I'm making it. And the devlogs will just catch you up on what's here already. You'll probably see it in this anyway, but I'm just going to go ahead and jump into doing what I was going to do because I really do not have the time, and I take so much time whenever I'm just trying to do anything like an intro or coding that I'm just going to go ahead and start. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to make it to where I'm going to go ahead and just show you, just so you have some background information, that the current dialogue system just works whenever you press T. Currently, Mouse has something he wants to say to you, Bart has something he wants to say to you, but Mouse takes precedence, and of course his conversation goes. Can't possibly talk to Bart, because that's just not how the logic is built yet. So what I'm going to do is going to put something on the player script, and I have the Unity documentation up right here, because I constantly forget things. I can't remember anything. Rigid Body 2D, and it's the raycast thing I'm looking for, because I'm going to make it to where whenever you try to talk to somebody, it'll cast a raycast, and if it hits something, then it'll check for an NPC script, and if it finds that, then it'll start talking. So that's... Actually, it's called cast, isn't it? Yeah, it's called cast. If I remember. Then where is it? There it is. So, okay, yeah. Direction, results, distance. So, just go ahead and put that somewhere. Where would it be appropriate? I don't even know if it really matters. Let's put it before the animation stuff, just arbitrarily. So, talk to NPCs. So if... No, that's not... Okay. Good. Down. Let's do E, because that was my original intended interaction button, so... E. So, then we got... Wasn't it... Probably... Yeah. Okay. Just trying to figure this out. We only need 1. So that's all that matters. If the thing it hits, the first thing it hits isn't a player, then, or an NPC, then obviously it's, yeah, you know what I mean. Well, you probably don't. I don't know. I don't know who you are. So we got direction, results, distance. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. So, no, it'd be... What was it, first direction? Yeah, so that would be... I think it's get direction is what I made, and then their facing direction, which was... Let's say last direction, because the direction variable I made is updated constantly, so if you're not pushing any of the direction keys, it's just going to be -1. So get direction, last direction. That's the right function, right? It's not under the Game Master, is it? Where would I even look? I forget. Maybe it is under the Game Master. Let me just look for that function. I don't remember. Yep, it's under the Game Master. I promise I know what I'm doing. Like, it may just look like that's not even my game and I'm just trying to work on it. Like, I don't even know how my own game works. I'm just really forgetful, okay? Last direction, and then it was the result, so hit. Then, so it's 1 unit per pixel, so the sprite is... It's a 32 pixel wide sprite, but it's technically only... The visible part is only like 16 pixels wide. Actually, 12, but it doesn't matter. So... trying to 32 or 16? I'm just gonna do 32 for now. Probably doesn't matter that much. And then, so yeah, let me think. So if hit's not equal, right? Yeah. Then so hit 0 dot collider dot game object, right? Dot get component, right? Yeah. NPC. Alright, so that's gonna, whenever it's gonna cast a raycast in the direction you're looking for 32 pixels, and then if it hits something, it's gonna look for an NPC component on it. And if it finds that, actually, I had an idea. It's gonna be really important too. Let's go up to where all the variables go. We got NPC interacting NPC equals null. So now let's go back down to here. So now we just, instead of that, there we go. Let's just call this interaction. Yeah. So let me think how I want to do this. So you're either going to be in talking to NPC mode or not talking to NPC mode. So let's just put a variable for that too. Actually, just call it dialogue. Where was I? Okay. So if we're not in dialogue, and suddenly the interacting NPC actually exists, which means it's not empty or null anymore, then, well, we're in dialogue mode. We only want whatever happens in here to happen once, which would be, of course, setting dialogue, doing a movement interrupt, and of course if we're doing a movement interrupt, then we want the direction that we're moving to be, that would do that, right? Where is the movement code? That's not the movement code. That's, okay, if direction's not, so yeah, that's where the player would be moved. So yeah, we want the direction to be -1. And we also, and if they're already walking, then the movement interrupt happens, and it's not gonna, we're gonna have to do that. Play there. Idle animation. Yeah. So that's where we want to initiate the conversation, right? Wait a minute. I gotta do some thinking ahead. So, we'd also want everything else in the game to stop, so. We'll put something in that later. Yeah, we'll put something in that later when there's actually stuff to pause. There we go. Okay, so pausing the game master. So interacting NPC dot. Let's do that. All right. Wait a minute. If you try to talk to an NPC and they don't have anything to say, well, no. even if they don't have something to say, they should probably tell you that. Right? Yeah, if I don't want them to be able to be talked to, then I wouldn't put an NPC script on them. So yeah. So let's go to the NPC script. So there we go. That's where this would go. It would be... And so this is for the first time, so we gotta make sure the line is at 0. Actually, we display their first line of dialogue, and then the line would be 1. And then advanced dialogue. So yeah, that would be... Well, that would be 0. Yeah, that's pretty important. Dialogue line, and then line plus plus, but if it's this, then we want to do some important stuff like setting the line. Well, that's technically not necessary, but we do need to end the dialogue system and return so that that doesn't happen, which means nothing needs to be in the update function. There we go. Now this may already be done, I think, right? Oh wait, we gotta make it to where you can advance. So we want to put that before there. So actually, we could just... Wouldn't matter because no animation is going to be happening, and animation always comes last. So, yeah. Input dot get key down. Yeah, E. I don't know why my brain just shut off. Oh wait, I just thought of something else. It's got to be able to know when the conversation ends, right? So that's public bool. Let's make it return true when the conversation's over. Yeah, so that means that function's always going to be run, but this part's only going to happen if it returns true, right? At least I hope so. I hope I know what I'm doing. So that would mean setting the dialogue to false, then turning that movement interrupt off. And of course we'll need some kind of resume function, which we can put in the game master real quick. That's no, there we go. Oops, I accidentally bumped my microphone. That should be it, right? How many compiler errors do we get? Any compiler errors? Oh, okay, yep. 280 on the player. Cannot convert from int to vector 2. Okay, what did I do this time? Oh! It's get direction vector. That's right. It is, right? I hope so. Is it? I'm gonna guess it is. Alright, nice. Enemy.contact is assigned but its values. I know. I'm going through some stuff right now, compiler. Just leave me alone. Here we go. Now let's see what happens if we press T. Nothing happens. That's a good sign. If we press E... Oh boy! That's not good. Where does this happen? 281. Wait a second. Okay, you wanna give me like a column number, please? No? Okay. There's a lot of things that could... Okay, so if it's not null, then hit 0.collider shouldn't... Wait, oh wait, no. Oh, okay, so it would still return a hit, but it's... Okay, right, because it'll still return a raycast hit object, won't it? Yeah, I think so. Now let's see what happens when we press E. Alright, no null reference exception. Can't talk to Bart from this far, can't talk to Mouse from this far, this is nice. Yes! And I can't move, can I? No, I cannot. Alright. Yeah, I know we're in a video game. Yeah, it's been a long time. Self-aware and all that. And now can I talk to Bart? Wait, what happens if I press E now? Alright, what happens if I do... Yes! It worked first time. I mean, I know I sound really excited, but this is not a common thing. Believe me, it is not a common thing. Oh yeah, I remember, I never finished this conversation because I had to go to class. You said you might know what I'm supposed to do. Nope. Savage. So... let's just leave it like that, that's funny. So now the next... Wait, how far are we in? 17 minutes! Should I just end it here? This is pretty good. I actually got something to work the first try. I'm at a loss. I mean, like if I make it like 30 minutes, that's a long video. Of course, I only did like one thing, and it's something that people are gonna think, that's nothing. And I'm gonna be like, well, did you see what I had to go through? And they're gonna be like, you don't know what you're doing. I'll be like, well, you got me there. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and move on. Why not? So the next thing to do is to make another room. And probably be easiest to just clone this room, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and put that there, unpack the prefab, and get rid of anything that would confuse me as to whether or not it actually worked because it looks like the same room. Like, for example, Bart. So we can't have clones. Don't want another... Oh yeah, this thing's called Uh-Oh. What if we reserve the foxes for the other room? So we got rid of these, and we move this structure down here. Right? Yeah, okay. Oh nope, it's got a flower on top of it. What if we moved it over? Oh, the flower fits in it perfectly. It's beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty. I'm pretty sure a flower would go there. Why not? If I were a flower, I'd go there. What else do we... Is there anything else we don't want? Let's call this test room 2. There we go. Oh, we can delete this. No, don't delete the game master. Delete this. Yes, okay. And in here, we don't need those foxes because they're already in a different room. Get rid of them. Save. Alright. So now we've got another room. Save the project. I think it's in the game master. Yeah, rooms. Now I gotta think, how do I wanna... How do I want to go about this? There's all sorts of, I could put triggers in there, I could have a list of, I could have an array of different points that would that had properties also specifying like what side they're on. Well, no, it wouldn't just be their sides, because there could be transitions like inside the room where there's buildings. And how would I detect when you went into them? I mean, triggers seem like the way to go, but triggers are physics objects, and I don't like physics objects. Because it makes sense to have the NPCs as physics objects, because you can't just walk through people. And part of the area transition is going to be having Molly walk off screen while the screen fades out. So if we're a physics object, well, of course, then there's the barrier on the side, so I could just turn off for collision. Okay, where are we now? It's 21 minutes in. Okay. But hey, this is what I go through every day, and I gotta really think. So let me tell you. So I guess I've already told a little bit of my thought process so far, and that is that I don't like physics objects, but having to loop through an array of things, I don't really like the sound of that either. I guess I'll do triggers for now. Let's just do triggers for now. I kind of always just assumed you'd go right to get to the other room. So let's create 2D object. Well, let's just create an empty child game object and just add a physics 2D. Could you make an edge collider into it? Into a trigger is what I was gonna say, but yeah, that doesn't matter. So it's gonna be like 256, right? Yeah, and its size has gotta be that big, so I'm gonna say 64 pixels tall. Ooh, no, okay. Maybe it's 48. No, not 48. Yes, perfect, I got that perfect. So, 16 pixels wide? Does that actually lie on the pixel boundary? Yeah, it does, okay. Looks pretty good. It's a trigger. So I'll just go ahead and, I have a lot of scripts open. I need to close things. I don't need the camera controller. I'm not going to need the NPC for a while, or the text system, or the dialogue system. So let's make a script. C# script. Transition. There we go. Come on, let me do something, please. Okay, let's call this game object East transition. Let's put a transition script on it, and let's actually put something in that transition script. So it'd be on trigger enter 2D, and it takes a collider 2D, right? I don't think I'm going to be using that. Well, actually, no, I would have to use that to make sure it's the player. It'd just be a simple tag check, right? And let's go ahead and put a reference to the room it belongs to. And let's give it a little ID too. It needs to be public. Wait a second. Okay, now let's just go ahead and I'm having another problem. So, I'd want different rooms to do different things, but if I make a single script that applies to all rooms, then I'd have to have some kind of data structure that could indicate what to do with a past ID. And then maybe inside that data structure, you know, like the ID would be an index into an array, and the data structure would contain an ID of the room you're going to, and I guess I guess a point in the next room, like the coordinates in the next room where you come out of, right? But of course, in the future, there's going to be other things that affect how a room will load, like where you are in the story. It would affect things on the... Let's not worry about that right now. It's probably something that I do need to worry about, but I'm just gonna not worry about it for now. Which means I need the room script open. Yeah, I know, I'm working on that. Public void transition. So yeah. So okay, what's the... Okay, so it's supposed to hold the ID of the room you're going to, your X position you're going to, and your Y position you're going to. Yeah, okay. So that could just be a vector 3. So, and it'd be a vector 3 int, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a vector 3 or a vector 3 int. A float and an int both have the same data size. Doesn't really matter, and it's easier to just pass the bottom half of a vector. Because if you convert a vector 3 to a vector 2, I think it just cuts off the z, doesn't it? Yeah, and it'd be easier to cast. I don't know if you can cast a vector 3 int to a vector 2 normal. So yeah, transition. So I think the game master already kind of has a dummy function for loading a room. Yeah, with an ID integer. If room is, yeah, it's instantiates, and also player.transform.position equals I guess yeah, because it'd be a vector 2 that's passed here. Would transform.position mind if I passed a vector 2 to it? Would it mind? I hope it wouldn't mind. And then load room transitions ID dot z Probably gonna have to cast that to an int. And then cast yeah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense, right? There is no argument given that corresponds to the required formal parameter warp of... Excuse me? I'm giving it int in a vector 2, right? And what does the game master want? It wants... Okay, I'm at a loss. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so it's not happy with what I'm providing as the warp. Okay, but why? Why are you like this? What if I just did that? What would you do if I did that? Is it the cast that's causing a problem? I guess it wasn't causing a problem and it also was causing a problem. I don't know. So if I... Oh wait, okay, it's in the game. There's no... Okay, so it's in the game map. That was me realizing sound. Actually it was not a text, but a YouTube notification. It's actually in the start code. I should have just looked at the... So yeah, see that? That's what the problem is. Actually, it's technically vector 2.0. Yeah, that's what it is, see? I figured it out. It took me longer than it should have. See, that's the kind of thing I deal with every day. I just don't pay attention. Well, and that's gonna be room ID 1, right? Well, no, it's ID 0, because it's the 0th element in the transitions thing on the room, right? Wait, that's not where the... Okay, it's on this, obviously. The transition, just 1. It's... So that's X negative... Not 256, but some... Let's just do my little friend here, where you just put the arithmetic in the little input box. I like that. The 16? Yeah, okay. It's not that I didn't know math, it's just that I couldn't figure out what offset value I wanted. So y, of course, is going to be 0, z, it's going to be 1. Right? Yeah. What's scary is that this should technically be all there is, right? And now I've got to test it. Am I going to get... No reference exception. Okay. What's the problem? At Game Master 28. Okay. That's inside that function, isn't it? What? What doesn't exist? What are you telling me doesn't exist? Okay, so yeah, it's the call from the start function. I knew it had to be that, but... The player hasn't registered itself with the game master yet, because that's how it gets that static reference, isn't it? Yeah, static player. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to do this. Just. Yeah, there we go. Now what errors do we get? Alright. Cool, cool. Nothing happened. That's... Oh, the player doesn't have a player tag, does she? Nope. Okay, the moment of truth. It actually works! Another first try thing, mostly. Look at this. This is the room with foxes in it. This is so cool. And I can make a transition in this room to get back to the other room. That's what I'll do, and then I'll wrap it up, because this has been a long video. Actually, after I do that, I'll implement the little screen fade thing. That's what I'll do. So I'll go into rooms, test room, which is the existing room. I'm just going to copy that. Go over to this room. Don't need all that. Yeah, I'm going to call that West transition. Okay. Negative 256, right? Yeah. ID 0 room. This one, and then make a transition. Yeah, to the first room. That's going to be X 240. I remember this. Yes. Now I got to test that, and then once that works, I will do the little fade transition plus the little animation where she walks off screen, and that'll be all for this episode. Yeah, wait a second. Do you see what's happening over there in the bottom left corner? Looks like this enemy doesn't like what we're doing here, so we're just gonna... Yeah. There we go. That's better. Which makes you wonder. I mean, it's a prefab, so yeah, that's what I thought. Wait, did it not do it that time? Oh, it did. Okay. I think I know why that is. In fact, I do know why that is. It's because the weird thing with the animation system, always wanted to set the character's default to looking right, which is direction 0, which is why Molly's also facing right, which I'm gonna have to fix that. Should I go ahead and fix that? Yeah, I'll go ahead and fix that. Wait, is it actually in the... Is it actually the character animator, or is it the... Is it the character animator? Or is it the controller that's actually running it? What if... Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. I had to actually count out the directions. What if I do that to the player? Will she be facing down when... She will. Okay, so then, since the enemy just starts facing down, then that's all I have to do, right? Where are your direction variables? Oh, there they are. Your direction is going to be 3, and your last direction is going to be 3, too. There we go. That'll fix that. Okay, now for the fade transition. And I think the fade transition is already there. Like, there's already code to get it to happen. I just press F, right? Yep. Then, yeah, so the fade transition already exists. So it goes something like... Well, not quite like that, but... Yeah. Okay. How long is this video? 40 minutes. Wow. I mean, yeah, I do this for hours on end, but man, this has been a long video. So yeah, I'll try and get this done as quickly as possible. So now we just need some way to control the fade from the Game Master. That should be really straightforward. So it's the camera controller that... No, it's the screen fade that does it, yeah. Okay. So, let's just put it down here. Yeah, fader. And then... We'd want to pause the game whenever the... Okay. Okay, I know what to do. I was just thinking. I was just doing some thinking ahead again. Static void transition. Yeah. We want those same variables, except we're gonna do something a little bit different. Yeah. Yeah. Then... Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep those variables after we get them. And then we don't need to pass anything to that, which means we need to change the room code to... So yeah, I'm gonna do a transition where... Yeah, that'll probably pause... Yeah. Pause the game. What else? We want a movement interrupt, right? Yeah, movement. I hope that's a public variable anyway. We'll find out if it isn't. So, yeah, we want to interrupt their movement. Their direction's gonna be... Oh. Well, that's another interesting thing. The room, the transition... should probably also keep direction of what direction you enter it with. So transition... So yeah, that's the ID, it's the position, and the direction you need to go. X, Y, Z, W, yes. Which means we need to modify. Yeah, I've already got errors, I can see. So yeah, direction will equal D. Wait, actually, will I even need to store that? No, I probably won't, will I? Well, yeah, I will, actually. I will need to store that. I think? I don't know. Yeah, their direction will equals D, right? That'll actually make them move, right? I hope so. What else? Oh yeah, make sure to... I think it's animation 0 that's their movement, and it's... Yeah, it'd be that. Yeah, I think that's the syntax. And then... Oh yeah! We'd have to make them no clip. So... Why not just do that? Public void no clip. Actually, toggle no clip. How about that? That didn't work. Okay. Yeah. So that... Yeah, do we already have a... We do not. Okay. Wait, actually, it'd probably just be... Wouldn't it be as simple as... I don't remember what that variable is called. I want to make it kinematic is what I want to do. I don't think it's just called kinematic like it is. Oh! It is, isn't it? Oh, okay. Thought it was an enumeration or something. Like it was. Is that what it is on the? No, I'm pretty sure it's just a boolean on the 3D Ridge Buddy too. What is it that's a boolean that would make sense to be just a bool? I mean, what's an enumeration but would make sense to be a boolean that's on the Ridge Buddy? I don't remember. I'll probably deal with it later. Equals true. Wait. No. There we go. Toggle no clip. And make sure they walk in that direction, and it's also when we... Yeah. Fader dot... What is that code? Where's the fader at? Screen fade, here we go. Also that's... I don't know why, but it wants to stay transparent and it also wants to be always on top. I try to keep those... I try to apply those settings or whatever, but it says I don't have access, or access denied or something. I'm like, no, I own you. Fade out. Yes, okay. Okay, so... Yeah, so... It's just that, isn't it? Oops. And then the fade out would be... Or the fade it... Yeah, fade it... Do I have caps lock on? I did, okay. Fade in... So that would mean... Fade in equals false, and then fade in equals true. That should be all I have to do, right? I hope so. Yeah. Now I'm gonna think how I'm gonna... Okay. So yeah, that's how we're going to keep track on the Game Master of whether or not we're transitioning. Wait a second. How does it know after how long to... Okay, I gotta do some thinking again. Because I feel like it wouldn't just be, like, a fixed amount of time, would it? For every transition? How would it know when to... Well... Okay, yeah, how about just when the fade out is done? So that's the screen fade, so yeah, fade done equals false. It's public bool is what that is. So that's gotta be set to false whenever we do one of these. So then this is where, yeah, fade done equals true. And this is where the fade ends in the other one, right? Yeah. So now, Game Master, where's the update? If transition, so if we're transitioning, actually be if transition dot fade done. Yeah, you would load room, how do I ensure that everything's finished though? I'll have to remind myself to do it. That's not how you spell that. And that's... Actually, let's do this. And has actually finished. Yeah. That would be wait, fade out, right? Or no, fade in. Fade in. What we'd also want to do is player.transform that position. So that would be. Is there a get direction? Yeah, there is a direction vector. Okay, I'm gonna need that in just a second. So it's where's the thing that sets the? Oh, here it is. So it's gonna be warp plus, or actually minus. Get direction vector. Direction. I'm gonna multiply that by. I don't know. Let's try 32 at first and just see how that works. So that's gonna make it where once the fade starts fading in, that the player will appear to walk on screen, and then. How do we keep track of what we're doing then? Oh wait, okay, then the fader.fade done will be set to false once that happens. Right? Well, let's do this. Wait, no, that'd be... Yeah, just to be safe. Fade in, done. And then let's go to the... Where is it? Screen fade? Okay. There we go. Yeah. And now if the fade in's done, then is of course going to be false. Then toggle a no clip, and then resume the game. Yeah. Again, that should be all there is to that, right? Okay, no, I guess not. Cannot convert from float to int, and that's in the room script, right? Ah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, it is private and not public. Okay, where's the movement interrupt at then? Here it is. Ah, that's private too. And a meteor, that's not like, what line is that? 39. That's just an animator. Fate. Oh! Where's 41? Yeah, we can't. Ah, I know what to do. Wait, is that the same with player? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, and of course we gotta change the start thing. So if transition how would I oh, I know what to do. Yeah, let's do that. And what we'll do there is then make it to where it defaults to being the fade in done. I mean, because we can just kind of assume that if we're in the game that we've probably been faded in, and that a fade out would have already been, I mean, fade in would have already been done, and if we fade out, then automatically that fade in is no longer done because it's going to have to happen in a while after the fade out happens. Wait, what? No, wait a, wait, no, I'm confused again. 93? You're saying that, wait, you just said that it doesn't take 2 arguments. Oh, that's right, it doesn't take any arguments anymore. That's right. Oh, wait, that's a problem then. Then that needs to default to 0. Definitely needs to default to 0. I'm really excited to see if this works for the first time, and if it does, what happens, and even if it doesn't, what happens, because that could be interesting to see as well. Right, wish me luck, Bart. What? Oh, it's soft locks. But you know, that wouldn't be it. That would just be, that looks like a crash to me. No reference exception, 105. Even though it didn't actually crash. The game looked like it crashed, and it would have effectively crashed because it can't move on. Oh! All this, and I forgot to set up the fader variable. That's another thing that happens a lot more than it really should. There we go. Yeah, that would have been a crash. Well, let's see. It's the moment of truth. Well, that's not good. That's a soft lock. Okay, and the fade out is done. I'm pretty sure that code would be getting executed, right? Oh, wait. That's another thing that it forgets to do is, where is it? Yeah. That would mean fade out done would also have, would also have to be false. Oh, also you're supposed to say fade in done is false. Well, that's 2 things. So yeah, now it really should be working, and if this works, then I can finally end the video. I'm sure you've been waiting for that if you've been watching up to this point, which I doubt anyone would. I don't even know if I would. Oh no. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Okay. I know exactly what's happening. This is one of those things that the game master would want to pause. Yes. Paused equals true. So anyway, what I'm realizing is that that trigger is getting activated during the cutscene, which it's not supposed to be. So, if not game master, pause. So yeah, only do that if we're actually playing the game. That was really scary to see. It looked like the world was ending. It pretty much was. Because other than talking to people, that's the only other thing you can do in this world. So if that doesn't work, it's pretty much ending. Come on. Really? Maybe it's not actually pausing? I don't know. So transition should pause the game, definitely, 100%. Now we gotta look for something that could potentially unpause it. You know what we should do? That'd probably be pretty important. Right? Right? Yeah, I think so, because otherwise it'd be going through that whole thing and then I'd hit resume. So then the game would just be resumed while it's doing that. I don't know why I pointed that out with my finger. I should have done that with my mouse. You guys had no idea what I was pointing at. Well, now we're back to square one. Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to make it to where this will only happen if it's fading in, and I guess probably still do a return statement there, it couldn't hurt. And only do that, these things if it had just faded out, which means it's another thing that needs to default to something else, which is fade in, which needs to oh, it already does default to true, okay. Oh, that's like a lot of errors. There's a wall of errors. I'm like, what did I do? Must have been a syntax error, but no, it's just, it's referenced in a lot of places, but it's not public. There we go. Now this, okay, I'm pretty sure this should be all that there is left to fix. But of course, I never know. I make all sorts of mistakes. Why is it still okay? Okay, maybe it's that. Well, no, actually, wait, that wouldn't fix it. Huh, now that I think about it. Oops. So what else would distinguish these two distinct states? Okay, this could only happen if it's okay, this should only happen if it's fading in. Okay, so let's walk through what would happen. So it would fade in would default to true, so this would happen. It would do fader.fade out, which would set fade in to false, and then it would allow this to happen when the fade out actually finishes, and then it would return, and then it would come back. And we're not yet in fade in mode. So this... I don't think we really need this here, and then that wouldn't happen until after this line executed and the fade-in was actually done. Right, okay. I think that's all that I really need, right? I hope so. Ah, no, it's not working. Is it ever loading the room? Let's get rid of this. I don't know. I just hope that works. No? Okay. It's probably still loading the room, but... So yeah, it loads the room and the fade out should be done, right? And we're still in transition. Okay, so the fade out happens, which means... Oh, okay, Huh. What if there wasn't a return statement there? If there wasn't a return statement there... And of course, this would only happen if it was actually done loading. So in the first run... Okay, I think that should work. I really do. I really think that should work. Let's find out. Nope, it's unpaused when that's happening. What? Okay, if I get rid of that, will it still do that? Because that's what I'm pretty sure the culprit is. Is that. It's not that. Now I actually don't know. Let's just do a debug log. So that should set to true whenever we go through that, and if it doesn't, then I don't know, because it should pause when... So yeah, it's false, true. Wait, then... Then what's causing the fade out to keep happening? Maybe... Okay, so... We only want that line right there to execute when it first loads. So... But fader.fade in should never get... Wait, no, it would set... Yeah, it would get... Huh. I guess I'll just have to make another Boolean. So yeah, let's No, I mean, it needs to be true, so yeah. And then... yeah, we don't need that there, I don't think. And then when it's finally done, it'll load the room, and then... those same conditions will still apply, but only once it's actually finished will it do this. It'll do the fade in. But even, okay. How do I keep that last one from... okay, let's see what happens if we just run through this whole thing one time. Like at the very beginning, it'll do that first bracket, and then this second bracket won't execute because it's not done with the fade out. This bracket will still not execute, but the fade in done will be set to false, right? If I remember right. Yeah, the fade in done does get set to false. So I don't think we need that either, because yeah, this wasn't even the culprit the whole time. Okay, yeah, this is already a really long video. How long is it? An hour, over an hour. Wow, okay. Let's see. Wait a second. It looks close, but for one thing, it didn't look to me like it actually faded out. It just... let's look closely. Yeah, that fade in is really fast. Okay, so when it... okay, frame... wait, frame shouldn't be 0. Frame should be... it should be... frames... that's the variable, right? Frames? No, sprites? Sprites dot length minus 1, right? Okay, I guess that was a problem, but that wouldn't explain why Molly is just stuck behind the boundary, because she should have her no clip on, right? Is she actually stuck? But she's kinematic, right? Can't you just go through stuff if you're kinematic? I guess not. Okay. So maybe instead of trying to make the player kinematic... yeah, I was in the right script. Where is the toggle no clip at? Here it is. Instead of... there we go. Just don't simulate her. It's already almost 6 o'clock. Which is when I eat dinner. Oh, what? Okay. It looked like that happened when I hit 71. I mean, no, when I hit right. Did that actually happen when I hit right, or was that gonna happen anyway? Now I need to go through it again. Don't touch anything. Oh, okay. I hit the button. Okay. I'm gonna have to wait several seconds to find out. Don't touch anything. Yeah, it does happen probably when that fade out wouldn't have happened. So it's the... but it's the character animator. What? What's happening? I don't get what's happening. I guess I will just have to do what I was originally thinking of doing. It's just turning off the collider. Yeah, collider 2D call. Call.enabled equals not call.enabled. There we go. And that should do it, right? Won't mess up the character animator, will it? And then that would, yeah. That should allow her to pass through walls pretty easily. Now wait a second. Okay, wait a second. So it's like the game never resumed. So that's quite a ways to walk. I'm gonna have to frame step to see just how far out she actually is. You know, I'm thinking like if I made houses, then I wouldn't want her to spawn actually behind the house. Can I still do movement interrupts manually? Yes, I can do movement interrupts manually. Okay. Let's see what happens to you. There goes the camera, and she manages to walk pretty far. Would it hurt if she managed to be like just a little? Because that's a long ways to. I'll figure that out in a second. I gotta figure out why she's not coming back to my control and why she just keeps walking. Oh. Well, that's one possibility. Is that a bit too far out? Because if that was from a house, well, like say like door of a house, she starts pretty far. She starts here, right? Oh, we better test it the other way around too. No. Why didn't the... That's another thing I forgot to reset, is this. Wonder what exactly it's doing with the character animator to cause it to bug out whenever that happens. That doesn't make much sense. Yeah. She was not pointing the right direction when that happened. Oh wait, did I? Okay. I think I forgot to set some... No. Can I? Yeah. I think I forgot to set something up. Rooms, test room 2. West transition. No, actually it'd be right here. Okay, well for 1, yeah, that should be... Okay, 0, 1, 2. Yeah, that's one thing. That couldn't have been all. Why would it cause a bug if it was 0? It wouldn't. I'm just gonna humor myself, I guess. Just see. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second. So you're... Wait. No, wait. Okay. I mean, I'm happy. Like, That's awesome, yay! But, okay, I'll just accept it like I do everything else. I'm not gonna try and rationalize it. It works. Hopefully there isn't some underlying conflict that's gonna resurface later and make everything worse, but anyway, I did what I set out to do, and it's 6 o'clock. This video is an hour and 20 minutes long. That's a pretty long video. That's a very long video. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. If you have actually watched it to this point, thank you so much. I mean, I'm sorry. I have to apologize, but also thank you. Bye bye.